So I have to make a video about the murder of Charlie Kirk. If you're someone on the left who is celebrating the murder of Charlie Kirk, I'd like you to listen. And most of my political beliefs are somewhere left of center, so if you want, you can consider me part of your political tribe. But I want to make this video to emphasize the importance of principles, of speaking, living, and acting from moral principle. I believe a genuine moral principle is one that is both universalizable and inclusive. What do I mean by that? A universalizable moral principle, and this was Kant's major contribution to ethical philosophy, is one that we believe everyone should abide by. So, do not murder means no one gets to commit murder, no matter who they are. And by inclusive, I mean that we should apply our moral principles to everyone. So that means do not murder means do not murder anyone, no matter who they are. So one is about who's doing the action. No one gets to murder. The other is about who the action is being done to. You don't get to murder anyone. I believe that is what morality is. It is universalizable, inclusive moral principles. But why? One reason why is what Kant says, which is that it's rational. The only rational action, according to Kant, is one that you could rationally will that everyone in that situation take. But a lot of people aren't persuaded by that. So what I want to go into more in this video is the prudential reasons for universalizable, inclusive moral principles. The reason to have rules that everyone should follow is that you want to follow the same rules that you want your opponents to follow. If you are celebrating the murder of Charlie Kirk, it's probably because you think you're right and he's wrong. Your opinions are correct and good. His opinions are incorrect and bad. Therefore, it's okay for someone with your opinions to murder someone with his opinions. You're a good guy. He's a bad guy. Good guys should be allowed to do whatever they want to and need to bad guys. But guess what? That kind of reasoning is where bad guys come from. I think most of the horrible things that have been done in human history have been done by people who believe that they're on the side of good, and that justifies them doing bad things to the bad people. I made a whole video on this, actually 2 of them. I'll link them up here. Yes, there exist people who do bad things because they don't care about good and bad. They're sociopaths or they're in the mafia or whatever. And there are people who do bad things because they have some kind of generalized nihilistic rage at everyone, like the Columbine shooters. But I think most of the bad that's been done and continues to be done is by people who think that they're on the side of good. So when you venture outside of the realm of universalizable, inclusive moral principles, then you're playing a different game. Our country has set up a certain rules for a certain game, which is the game that Charlie Kirk was playing when he went to college campuses and debated people. It's the game of open debate, of persuasion, where I get to say what I believe, you get to say what you believe, and the audience gets to decide which one makes more sense. If you say, I don't want to play that game anymore, I want to play the game where we shoot you, then guess what? You're also playing the game where they shoot us. And especially if you're in the left in the United States, that is not a game you want to be playing with the right in the United States, because they will win. But more generally, we set up games that don't involve shooting each other because nobody wants to get shot. So even if you don't care at all about this human being, you should care about living in a society where murdering people for their political opinions is considered wrong. And you should care about this human being. You don't get to say, I care about all human beings except for Charlie Kirk. You don't get to feel like you're in the tribe of inclusiveness and care if you don't include or care about your political opponents. So if you're celebrating the murder of Charlie Kirk, then realize you're stepping into a world that you may not want to live in. This is the world I want to live in. The world where basic moral principles, like being kind to each other, are more important to us than our political tribe.